How does due process work?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean due process? You're allowed due process if you get arrested.
Uh-huh.
You're allowed to go before the court, or I believe it's the court, to explain your side of things.
Okay.
And possibly get an attorney.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to go before court and explain yourself before you get shipped off or sent to jail. So that's
Okay.
due process.
Why is everyone so concerned about due process right now? I see a lot of signs with a due process.
Because of Trump's immigration policy and ICE just grabbing people and shipping them off to places without due process.
They're not even criminals. Some of them are U.S. citizens. Some of them just look like somebody, or they have brown skin.
Oh,
They're
okay.
rounding up people and they're sending them to other states away from their families even.
Yeah.
So they're not doing it the legal way. Like they're not deporting people. They're rounding people up and then putting them away even in El Salvador.
Oh, okay.
So
So they're doing it illegally.
they're totally doing it illegally.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
And people are being harmed.
How should they do it if they were to do it?
Well, actually, there's probably ways they can do it. I don't know. I'm not an expert I'm not an attorney, but the immigration people should have a method of checking
Yeah.
the immigrants out and seeing if they have the proper paperwork. The process takes years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it gets to be expensive as well.
Yeah.
So the whole process should be changed. And if you don't like the way it works, you need to have laws to change it or work on it to comply with the law. Just can't be. It's like they'd come by and take you and you'd say, but I'm a citizen. And they'd say, we don't care. We're taking you anyway.
Okay. So when they do this thing called expedited removal, that's illegal?
I don't know. I assume that there still is a due process. If they're expedited, does that mean they just ship them out?
Did you know when there is certain circumstances that you can be deported under expedited removal? And under
So explain that to me.
Yeah. So there's a few different processes. So regular illegal immigration happens when you go through what you call immigration court. Immigration court is something that is actually under the executive branch. It's not under the judicial branch.
Yeah. Are they allowing these people to say anything in court?
So if they come here, if they overstay their visa, if, for some reason, they're just an illegal here that's been here over 2 years. There's multiple reasons why you can go through immigration court, but specifically expedited removal happens when you have a criminal record, if you've been deported previously and come over the border again, if you've been here less than 2 years, or if you're within 100 miles within the border.
Okay, but they're just grabbing people who are not criminals. The only law they've broken,
and those people go through immigration court, which is actually under our executive branch.
That's
and our
not
Attorney
what's going to
General.
happen.
No, that's not what's happening.
So what's an example?
No, let's stop this conversation. We're not going anywhere.
I'm just curious. What's an example?
We're not. This isn't why we're here. We're here to support.
You're asking me baiting questions.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you questions about our immigration process because you have, a sign that says.
I said due process. It's not just a suggestion. That's all it says. It says due process.
It's peaceful commentary. So that's what we're doing here.
I have a public right to have it on my sign without being grilled by somebody who's asking me baited questions and hoping they can trap me somehow.
Yeah, let's move on.
I think if you truly knew the truth about it, I don't think you'd be standing up here with the due process.
Right back at you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Do you want to talk about due process and immigration?
No, you need to move on.
So I bring up facts, and you guys shut me down because you can't answer.
No,
I don't need to talk to you.
We're not here to talk to you.
Why are you so close-minded? I'm explaining how immigration works and expedited.
But
let's just turn our backs.
See, it's silly when people can't explain why they're out here. This is the problem.
We already did. You already came in with your narrative, so let's just call it a day. Try it on somebody else.
Let's agree to disagree.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not.
Yeah, but you're spreading misinformation.
I'm not spreading. I'm saying due process.
Let's move on.
This is not spreading disinformation.
Tell me how it's not spreading misinformation.
No, let it be.
Well, you can laugh, but you can't tell me why. It just shows the lack of education.
Just let let her be. Move on.
No,
We
it
don't.
just shows the lack
Just
of it.
go.
Just relax.
It's literally, I just explained
you
the
too,
process
you too.
to you.
Turn it down.
So when you guys can't answer questions, you resort to shutting down. It's sad. I mean, this is how misinformation is.